Hey everyone, it is Brandy Ellen. Let me put my phone in Do Not Disturb so it doesn't disturb us. Although if it makes a noise, it'll be like the Roadrunner sound, and that will mean someone in my family, like my kids and people close to me, can get through and Do Not Disturb. That's one of the ways to protect your peace, by the way. I'll tell you more about how I set my phone into the Do Not Disturb and who can get through at various times later, another day. It's another way of protecting my peace and focusing on what I need to focus on. But today I want to talk a little bit about how achy my heart is, because I'm wondering if there are more parents out there that get this way. I'm sure I'm not alone in that achy feeling of I knew he was going to join us. That's why the chair was empty. So this is Zeke. He likes to be in my videos. In my pictures, he's all over Facebook. If you go to facebook.com/Brandy Ellen, everybody loves Zeke. Well, he doesn't like me making a big deal about it. So my oldest got a job, and my youngest got a job, and my middle's had a job for a while, and I'm like, my immediate thought was, now I have to jumble 3 schedules to try to see my kids. It was already hard enough trying to jumble 1 kid's schedule to see him, and now 2, and now 3, and it's like, well, no. Stop suffering from main character syndrome, Brandy Ellen, and realize how beautiful it is that God is showing you that everything's working out just fine. The kids are happy. They're setting and achieving goals. The youngest is planning his future for next year, and the middle's been planning for a long time, and and my oldest gets to plan some of their life now. Finally, they settling in a new season in their life, and it's beautiful, and it's good. So why do I stay here beating myself up about it, right? Why do I stay here? Zeke, can we you're on a video, buddy. You're on a video, buddy. We've got privacy. Do that in the bathroom. So why do I stay here and beat myself up sometimes? I think it's like a week or so, 10 to 11 days before my period, and all of a sudden I'm feeling like I am awful. I'm an awful mom. I'm all these things. My kids are adults, mind you. My youngest will be a legal adult in a couple months, but he's been graduated for over a year, and as he says, he's been treated as an adult for a long time. But pretty much at 17, he could be an adult, just couldn't sign legal paperwork, right? That said, I still feel like for over half my life I've been a mom, right? And even before that, I felt like I was a mom to my sister, my younger sister, my only biological sister. And so it's like, for all of my life, I've actually had to worry about other people, and I've had to be the person that everybody can rely on and go to and come to, and I have to make sure that this one is set and that one is set. I mean, even as a young child, my sister had to come to sleepovers with me at one point, right, when my parents got divorced. At some point, I remember, like, if I wanted to go to my friend's house, my sister had to come with me, and all those sort of things, right? And maybe that was a one-time incident. I don't know. I feel like it was an all the time. I do know our memories are not as vivid as we think of our past. So that's just to say, I feel like I have been a mom figure for a very long time, in some way, shape, or form, if not most of my life, all of my life, one of the two. If not all of my life, I feel like it's been most of my life. And of course, more than half my life, I've been a mom. I've been a mama to my daughter and then to my sons. And I don't know what to do when you're not having someone to take care of. I mean, this guy over here, sure, I have a dog. He needs me. I have to feed him and let him out and take him for walks, but it's not the same, right? We have a cat, another dog. I have a leopard gecko. It's not the same, right? Feedback he gives me is looking at me, judging me, right? Yeah, see? Judgy. And so, why am I beating myself up for making a choice to say we were all living up here in the White Mountain area of New Hampshire, and I knew that I had to stay up here, right? You know what? Let me pause this and make sure the video is actually recorded. Okay, it is. Good. So the other day I recorded a whole 11-minute video, and it was great, and it was about my poetry book and that sort of thing, and then I realized the microphone was set to the headset that I didn't have on. It wasn't set to the mic on the webcam. So I wonder why I'm beating myself up anyways. Some nights I'll lay there crying and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm in the wrong place. I'm 2 hours from my kids. Da 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 da. What was me? I should be closer to them. I should be the person they can come to. I should be there. But here's the thing. They text me. They call me. I communicate with my kids quite frequently, actually. We communicate a lot, at least two of them. The middle one, not as much because, well, he's not as not communicative, I guess. If I reach out to him and say, hey, how's life going? How's your snakes going? Something like that. How's work going? What's new? I'll get a reply, but he's not like overly social with his mom. He's living his life. He'll send me a picture every once in a while or an update, but the other two I talk to a little bit more. We're a little more engaged. My firstborn, my daughter, we're engaged a bit more. So each of my kids, we have a different level of engagement with each other. And that's kind of how it's been their whole life. Everyone's a little different. But we talk regularly. They can pick the phone up and they can call me. They can text me, whatever. They're literally 2 hours away. So someone said to me, well, what if, one of my kids wants to go to the West Coast, for example? What if they're over there? I mean, are you going to beat yourself up and feel bad and think you have to go to California or wherever because they're over there? Like, make it make sense. And I said, well, no, I wouldn't feel that way because they made the choice to go that far. But I made a choice to stay 2 hours away from them. And they're like, and then I think about the people around here in the small town I live in that have children that live in like Colorado, and we're in northern Vermont. I'm in the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont area. And I'm like, wow, perspective. I can hop in my car and drive to the kids. I hate the 4 hours of driving because I don't like to drive. It is a pretty drive, mostly interstate. You can go some of the back roads, which are beautiful as well. In the winter, I'm cooped up here, though, so it's like now it's good weather. I want to make sure that I can go see my family and everyone. I mean, my whole family, my whole life is 2 hours away. Everything I grew up around. But when I decided to stay up here, I knew that was the right choice. And so what I've started to try to do is reframing it as, well, what if your kid moved further away? Would you still feel the same? Isn't working for me. It's not working. It's not calming me at all. It's making me think, well, I have to stay near my kids because they have to make the choice to move further away from me, not me. I'm obviously abandoning them and all these things. And it's like, that's insane. That's insane thinking, right? That's guilt. That's mom guilt. So what would I tell a life purpose, goal success, life coach client of mine about this? And how can I soak in my own advice? Well, for starters, I would say it's a blessing that you are here on this earth with adult children. Some parents don't get to, witness their children becoming adults. May we pray for them for a minute? And some children don't get to witness their parents growing older with them and meeting their children or seeing their milestones because the parents leave early. My father's mother died when he was a baby. He never knew his mom. I mean, I guess he did as a baby, right? So you're here, alive, with more life in you. Your kids are here alive with more life in you, but maybe you don't live as close as you'd like to. And I don't think it really matters if you made the choice or they made the choice. The fact is, your job as a parent is to raise your kids to be independent and to have goals and to be out in the world and to live their life. So if your kids are out there in the world, they're living their life, and then you get to also still have life in you to live your life, what a blessing that is. And honestly, by you being out there living your life, my friends, you are showing your children the different seasons in life. You're showing them how to embrace the fact that, yes, we miss each other and we love each other and it's weird being further away. But what a beautiful blessing it is for technology that we can connect, that we can text, we can talk on the phone. What a blessing it is that we could hop on a plane and go see each other, or we could drive. And maybe it costs a little more money, so it's not as quick as me hopping in my car driving 2 hours. Maybe you have to save a little money and plan because you have to fly across the country or to another country, right? Maybe your situation is a little more drastic than mine. But it's still the basic point of what a blessing that you get to watch your kids experience their seasons in life and be there for advice on the phone. And what a blessing it is that they get to have a parent they can still turn to when things are going good, when things are going bad, when things are going scary. That's amazing. And you are lucky to have that, and they are lucky. And it's okay. It is okay to now live your life. It's okay. It's okay to do that. And that's something I have to remember. It's okay for me to live my life. I'm not living my life pulling away from everybody. I didn't choose Northeast Kingdom, Vermont because I don't want to be near my family. I chose it because I love this area of the world. And I got blessed to be able to choose living up here and to stay up here when they move back down. And the other side of this, I would tell people, parents especially, who are suffering from guilt of separation of their adult children, which is weird that I have this guilt. I'm still weirded out. And like, Brandy, why do you have guilt? You're supposed to raise your kids to be independent. Why are you sitting here with mom guilt? What? Make it make sense, right? This is your job. You're supposed to raise them to leave the nest and go live their life and all the things, but you're feeling guilty about it? Like, cut it out. So those are conversations I have with myself quite frequently, at least once, 1 week of the month when my hormones are all over and I'm feeling like, okay, so that's your job description, is to literally love these beings and keep them independent and teach them how to be on their own in the real world, however that looks like them. Some of us, our children have disabilities and they may never leave home. Some of us, our children have disabilities and may have to guide them a little more and do a little more hand holding than other children. That's okay. Everybody's situation is different. I'm just speaking of mine and what I would advise people that were in a similar situation as me. So today, one of the things I started doing was recognizing that my children's happiness is what matters. My happiness matters too. That I no longer have to worry about what they're doing. I don't have to oversee. I don't have to make sure lunches are packed. I don't have to drive anyone anywhere. That's not my job anymore. Mama Taxi has left the building. Right? Mama Chef left the building a long time ago. They've been cooking their own food for a long time. My daughter's been living on her own for like 8-9 years or whatever. So why am I carrying this guilt? Why am I beating myself up? Why am I not letting myself be happy? My children are being happy, for the most part. Sure, they have their own struggles. And the beauty of knowing you made the right decision looks a little something like this. Are the people that are connected to you, your children, partner, yourself, hearing more yeses and seeming to get maybe not an easier life per se, but their life seems to be getting better for them? Then that is your sign from God that you've made the right choice. As I watch each of my children get yeses, transform their lives, and within weeks, if not months, of different choices they've made, have things turn in their favor, I realize I made the right choice, and they made the right choice. Because if I'm supposed to be down there, they'd be suffering a bit more, and God would be calling my heart down there more. And God is not. He's rewarding my children. He's giving them their jobs. He's giving them guidance. And he's trying to provide me with some grace, patience, and nurturing love during this season to remind me that I don't need to carry this guilt, that I'm doing my best and I deserve to live as well, and that I should live. Because by me living and me doing these silly things of growing veggies and raising chickens and talking to my dog and whatever it is, my children are watching me. Not that they're stalking me, I'm not the most important person to them, but what I'm putting out on the internet and what I'm putting out as energy. So what I'm putting out on the internet, they see, they hear, whatever. Not that they stalk me, like I said, they might happen upon it, right? But the energy I'm putting out into the metaphysical world, the prayers, the good thoughts, the well wishes, the happiness of my own happiness, all of that's radiating out, and going to people that are closely connected to me. And from there it goes out. We won't get into those webs right now, and when that happens, that means people that are connected to me, who mean something to me, that have some sort of good bond with me, their lives get better because of this core center ring of the web radiating the happiness energy and the blessing energy and the gratitude out. Okay? So that's your job now. It is not to have guilt. If you carry guilt and you feel sad and you do what was me, you're going to push what was me, guilt, all those heavier emotions out to your children. Do you really want to do that? No, I don't think so. Your job is to make them feel light. So if you're feeling rough because of the empty nest season, if you're carrying some guilt because you feel like you should be more, Just remember, it's because of a time you raised your children. For many, many years, you were a parent, and you had to put them first. You had to. That was your job. But your job description has changed. You are still a mother or father. You still can care about your children in that way. But you are no longer the primary employer or overseer of their life. They have now shifted. The torch has been passed from you to them. They are now in control of their life. And what a blessing it is that you can have a relationship with them and coach them and guide them and answer their questions while watching them step away with their own torch and lighting the path of their new season in life. That is a blessing, my friends. That is an amazing blessing. So I pray this message holds close for some of you. It resonates with your hearts. It reaches the people it needs to reach. I'm sure it will. It always does. And if it's not you, maybe you know a friend who's suffering with empty nest syndrome, please share a message with them. Something that came, a message, an idea that I shared here today for you to give them some advice, or you could share them this video, but feel free to take some advice I shared in here and use it to help people in your life, because that is what we're here for. We're all here to help each other. And if you could you leave some comments below on what you're kind of struggled with empty nest syndrome? Maybe your empty nest was a long time ago, and you have some wisdom to share with me as I venture into the new season of that, right? It's new to me. Maybe you are also in your first time of the empty nest season, or maybe you'll never have an empty nest, right? And you're carrying emotions from that, right? Let's talk to each other in the comment section, because the comment section is where community grows. It's where we learn from each other, because Lord knows I don't have all the answers, right? So, yeah, if you could help me out with some advice and different things. Let me know something I said that resonated with you. Let me know something I said that was like, whoa, Brandy, you're way off. I feel like you're way off. It's okay. We can agree to disagree, and I don't mind people having different approaches to stuff or opinions, because that's what makes the world beautiful, is we can help each other. We can help each other. So I pray today treats you well. And wherever you are in the world, I'm sending you much love, happiness, and joy. And remember, all of those three things start with gratitude. Cheers to gratitude. Much love. Till we meet next time. BrandyEllen.com/shop.